Tacos of chorizo, potatoes, caramelized onion, salsa verde. Perfect weeknight dinner. Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. This page in our taco manual takes us to one of my go-to recipes. It's the simple Wednesday night dinner. You can knock it out really fast. I usually have everything to make this in my house. I don't know if you do, but you should if you don't, okay? This is potato chorizo tacos. We're gonna serve it with a little salsa verde and a slice of avocado. It is just fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna start it with chorizo. I cut the little casing off of the chorizo here, and I'm gonna put it into a pan that has already been on the heat here for a little while. This is gonna need a little bit of oil. It depends on what your chorizo is like. I just know that this is a pretty lean chorizo. So I'm gonna splash in a little bit of oil here and then break up the chorizo. You need a large skillet to do this, about a 10-inch skillet. If you want to get super crusty potato part of it, you might want to work in a cast iron skillet if you have one of them. And we're going to let this start rendering before we add. I cut up a medium-sized onion there. But let's talk about the potatoes here. So I cut up some potatoes, and I will tell you, I use my microwave as a steamer all the time. So I'm going to use this, I'm going to steam these in the microwave. I got to splash on just a little bit of water, about 2 or 3 tablespoons there. You need to cover it. If you don't have a microwave cover like this one, then you'll want to put a piece of plastic wrap over the top, poke a couple of holes in it so that there's some steam escape valve there. I'm going to do this one for 4 minutes here because I need them to be completely tender. Better than setting up a pot of water or a steamer to do that. Let's look at our chorizo now. It's starting to render a little bit of its fat, but we have the oil that I put down in here that will help it to be cooking very evenly. Okay, and now I'm going to put in here the onions that I sliced up. And we're going to let this cook until the chorizo is thoroughly cooked and the onion is beginning to brown. That's going to take us someplace around 10 minutes. Okay, these potatoes that have steamed in the microwave, oh, they got too much water there. I'm just going to tip off this water, and then I'm going to drain them well on paper towels here. So just because we want to get a little bit of color on them with the chorizo and the onions. So just drying them off a little bit like that will help that. The chorizo and the onions are looking really good, completely cooked. I'm beginning to get a little brown on those onions, but I'm looking at the pan now, and this chorizo is very lean. So I don't have quite enough oil to do the browning of the potatoes. So I'm going to I need to see a couple of tablespoons of oil in this pan. So that's going to give me what I'm looking for now. Yeah, it's looking really good. And obviously smelling very good as well. So I'm going to take the potatoes that you can see they're still steaming hot. And I've gotten most of the water off of them. So we'll get all of those guys into the pan here. And now we're going to cook this for 5 minutes or so until we see the potatoes starting to brown. Okay. I forgot to tell you that I actually turned up the temperature to about medium high when I added those potatoes. And now everything is starting to get browned. And that brown is what's going to give you all the flavor in this recipe. So don't skimp on that part of it, but it's looking really good now. Okay, I forgot completely to salt the potatoes when I put them into the microwave to steam. So I'm gonna have to add salt now. Usually I try to get enough salt in the potatoes and the chorizo's already got its salt there. So let's see what this tastes like after I mix this salt in. I think it's gonna need just a touch more. Okay. All right, now I'm going to give this a little taste here. Such a simple dish, but such a comforting, delicious dish. Okay, I got it all right there. I've got some warm tortillas here. I always like to serve potato chorizo with a little bit of avocado. So I am going to scoop out some as soon as I start building these tacos. Warm tortillas here. And I'm going to take a couple of them out, lay them here. And then I'm going to spoon on, I think I could use that one, but I'm going to use this one instead. Spoon on a little of our potato, chorizo, and caramelized onion here. Just the smell of it. It's such a classic smell. When you're walking down the street in Mexico, this is the smell that you often get. As you walk by people's homes, I think I'll do the avocado first. So using the sort of taquero approach to it, just scooping out with a spoon a little bit of avocado. Here, nice. And then I'm going to put some salsa verde. I like the roasted tomatillo salsa. This is a magical combination. That is a glorious dinner.